We are back from London. We brought back a little unwanted souvenir in the form of a cold, so we've been under the weather for a couple of days. So you'll actually see our London highlights next week when I have more time for editing. But because we're also slightly mad, and we have 10 days to the retreat, and we're not going to be able to finish the cafe because of the colds, we decided to tackle the Upgrade the Headboards project today. A few vlogs ago, you might have seen us pick up these new pieces of furniture for de terrasse with the matching sideboards. I keep saying sideboards. Side tables, end tables, whatever you want to call them. I use the wrong word sometimes. And we decided that as a result, we really need to upgrade the headboards to match the more formal style of the furniture. And so we've been pondering on what to do with that. And I think we're going to add a coat of paint and some trim to the fabric, and Steve's working on a little project downstairs to kind of zhuzh up the borders, and we'll see what comes out of it.
So what I'm going to do is try and look for motifs that are similar to either the beautiful brasswork or the marquetry on here, and you can see it's absolutely stunning, and create a design that we can use and cut out to work on the headboard. Okay, so you saw me create the designs on the computer. Then I transferred them into a readable file for our longer laser cutter. And now it is starting to scroll out the designs. Alright, so there you have it. You can see these rather intricate cuts that this machine can do. It's pretty impressive. Just try to get it all out in one piece here. Let's go take a look and see what they look like on the headboards.
When I put these fabric inserts in, I intentionally used as little glue as possible because I knew that I probably want to change something in the future.
There you go.
Well, that one popped out relatively easily, which is good. Let's see how the other one goes now that I've got two hands to work with. Steve's arrived. There we go. See? Plan for change.
Yeah. All right, so I have brought you a couple of options for the scroll work and some details for these boards.
Oh, super exciting.
Looks like you've done a good job of priming them.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thought.
Yeah.
Either we go with the single piece like this,
Okay.
or there's this piece. It's a little more intricate and comes in two different sections. What do you think? Should we put them on?
Yeah, I think we need to put them in place, and I think we also need to use the metal brackets that we got and decide where those are going too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, well, let's have a look at that. Two different thoughts. So we have these brass plates that we bought, and this is just to kind of show you how they work together. We also wanted to make sure that the marquetry that's on the furniture in there is sort of, it's sympathetic to that as well.
Yes.
So I did this option that has two, well, they're separated, but it's the same thing. And then there's this one that has the scroll on it.
Okay.
Now, based on, you know, the floral or the leaf pattern that we've got on the brass plates, and the florals that are on the other one, I think this one works the best. And the idea is that we would do one at the top and one in the middle section as well. So they would frame the pad, right? The fabric pad that we've got in the middle. But we're also thinking now too is initially we had thought about these brass plates on the either side, but the problem is we only have two of them. And when we make this into single beds, we separate the headboard. So it doesn't quite work. So we were thinking maybe what we'll do is actually put these in the center.
Yeah.
And I think that works quite nicely. And then the scroll work can go either side.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like that. I like both the scrolls, but I think that one matches the marquetry on the
furniture a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same mind. I like this a lot, but I think it'd be good for another purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Save that design. I like the idea of putting that in the middle. I think that's just genius. That solves the problem of where do they go.
Yeah.
And still be, you know, fairly symmetrical.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were meant to be chair legs at some point, I think, because you can see they're a bit curved.
There's a curve to them, and they're obviously, they're concave, and they've also got a bit of a curve this way as well.
But I still think they're a nice detail.
Yeah.
You can try them, and they go on pretty simply with a little bit of nails, so if we don't like them, they can take them out with minimal damage. But
exactly.
you guys will for sure let us know what you think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, do let us know in the comments.
Get all the comments.
But I think we're going to get, I think we'll move ahead with this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to produce, a lot of those. Well, we got 8 sections, right? So times 2, so got 16 of these individually.
Right, I've been upstairs, I've brought some options down. We picked up these little paints for the canvas project that we're gonna do eventually. But I'm wondering if we can repurpose them now to do the headboard thing. So we have to decide which color. I think I'll lean to Steve on that one, but those are the 3 that we have. So then we got the trims to work with. I don't really love that one against it, so that's out, and I don't think Steve would ever go for that anyways. Too washy? Too washy. Bit garish. This one I kind of love, and it would be great between that and that, but I think I don't have enough of it. If it's only 2 meters 40, that's only enough to do about 1 of the 4 panels that we've got. What else do we have? Those ones. The bling is kind of working for me. We could always just turn an existing fabric into trim. This one's probably too heavy to do that. And again, it would require sewing. I don't know how that would work. I guess I'd cut strips and glue it on. Right now, I think this is the winner, but we'll have to see how that would work. My very unscientific measuring says that I could come up just that much short if I had to do 4 panels in this. I think it's worth a try. I told everyone I would let you pick the colors for the door. Because you're much better at picking colors than I am.
Well, I do like to think that, you know, because I'm a graphic designer, I kind of know a thing about colors and a painter, but there we go. So these are what we've got with us without having to run out to get another one. I really like this for this room, I think.
Yeah?
Do you think that works well with the...
I think it works well with the fabric. I just kind of want to make sure. I mean, we've got the other I think it works well with the chairs.
It does. I mean, if you look at the blue with the light blue that's in the chair fabric,
Yeah.
I think that works extremely well.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some blue in the rug as well.
Yeah, we're not sure this rug's staying here forever, but
yeah, but I think it works. Like a lot of the other details we have in this room are blue, like there's the frames with the matting and things like that. So I think those all work really well in here.
Okay.
It's a nice complement to the warm woods.
Okay.
As well, because obviously the furniture we've got in here is quite warm as far as the wood color and the stone.
Okay.
And even the stone on here. So I think it'll be a nice mixture of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So then for the trim, so I brought down a bunch of ideas, but I think where I'm ending up is...
Very blingy.
It is very blingy. But it would tuck, I'd have to glue it right along the edge like this.
Right.
So then it would tuck right into that little well.
Between the wood and the fabric.
So it wouldn't be too scratchy for people, I don't think. But it's the only one I've got that's really sort of a good match for everything else that's going on in here. Mm. What do you think? Is it too much?
I like it. I'm a little concerned about it being able to fit in between. I'd have to see how much space we have in between.
Do you want to, let's do that now.
All right, so what have you been up to?
I am ready to try this fabric panel in the wood. And I need a reaction.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah?
I think we need to add the other elements and then see.
Okay.
Shall I grab the other pieces?
Yes, please.
Other pieces.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of adding this in the center, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got these were going up, right?
Yes, you got those right way around.
So those in there.
And those ones in there.
And they're set there.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, that's looking really good. It's very blingy in the sunlight.
It is very blingy in the sunlight, but you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging the way that looks.
Yeah. I need some advice on how to get those appliques in the right place, because obviously we want them to be consistent.
So you're not going to trust me with the eyeballing?
I would trust you, as long as you're the one putting them on. If I'm putting them on, I need a frame.
A template of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to eyeball it, frankly.
Okay, then it's on to you to put them on when I'm ready. But I think if we like the panel look, then I will finish gluing the rest of the panels together. Yeah. Bit of a tactical error last night. Checked the weather and it wasn't meant to rain, but it did. So we've had a bit of damage to our paint, which is ticking me off a little bit, but not too bad. Patched up and mostly in spots that's not going to be visible anyways. So we'll let that dry properly. But it is Tuesday, it's vlog day, so we want to finish up one of these to show you what we've been up to. And Steve has bravely said that he can do all of this eyeballing. And here we go. You've thrown down the gauntlet. Using the wood glue?
Yep. And I want to get a relatively thin coat on it because I don't want to squeezing too much out, but
Right.
also want to make sure that it's fully covered. One down.
Somehow you're going to get this all lined up nicely.
Voila. Yeah, the tricky bit, making
Yeah.
sure that they match. All right. I mean, there is something elegant about things that are being done by hand anyway, right?
Yeah.
That, you know, they're not perfect. They're as good as they're gonna get, mind you, but you know, that way you can tell it hasn't come out of a factory. Let's put it
There you
that
go.
way.
Okay, so now you're getting it lined up with the other three plus equal spacing. What do you think, everyone? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Make sure these are
Oh, I feel like that might be the last one.
indeed.
How are you feeling? It's looking great.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah. Just adds a little bit of texture to it, right?
It does. Yeah, little echoes of the other furniture.
Yeah.
All right, should we put the panels in and give it the final look?
Sure.
right.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Well, look at that, would you? I think that looks great, don't you?
I think so. I haven't decided whether it's just a little too cutesy, but I think it's an improvement over where it was. I think it complements the furniture.
Yeah.
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 Thoughts?
I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Should we get the brass plate on and see how that works?
Oh yeah, let's do that. So the question at hand is, I think it looks better at the top. I could be persuaded.
I mean, that's where my initial thought was.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's better up.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Okay. Sort of. That's not going anywhere.
Okay.
So there we go.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that just helps to improve the whole look of it. What do you think?
Just one more tie into the furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure our viewers will have comments.
Sure.
They'll tell us whether we've overdone it. It'd be nicer, I know, to see both of them up together, but we're just out of time today. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have that in place for next week and show you the finished project.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you gotta picture this thing with a giant bed crown and big curtains.
Oh yeah, we're not done yet. I mean, it's not done.
I mean, it's gonna look like that eventually. Well, it's that time of year again. Our fig tree is full of ripening figs. So I am going to start harvesting them and get some jam put together. Unfortunately, we didn't do this last year simply because we were away when these became ripe. And by the time we got back, so many of them were already on the ground. But it looks like a pretty good crop this year. There's figs absolutely everywhere, and still lots more to come. You can see how big this fig tree has gotten. This time I'm gonna have to really cut it back, I think. But I cut it back quite a bit this year and it just keeps growing. And boy, does it ever produce a lot of fruit. This is the sunny side of the tree, so you know there's definitely much more ripe fruit on this side. And to pick them, it's really easy. You just grab it from the top and twist off. And the easier they come off, the riper it is. So we also have a quince tree here. And there seems to be quite a bit of fruit on it again this year. And I just don't know what to do with quince. So if anybody has got any suggestions on how to use quince, let me know. A couple more I think I'll grab off of here, and then we should have plenty to make some delicious jam. Now I am going to follow the BBC recipe for fig jam. So it starts off with 1 kilo of figs, slightly over, but I think we'll survive, and a heavy bottomed saucepan. So first things first, I have to quarter these and destem them and get them in the pot. All right, so there is a kilo of figs, all quartered, all the tops taken off, in the pot, ready for step number 2. Something I did last time that I found really appealed to my own taste and hopefully others was adding a little bit of candied ginger into this recipe. The ginger and the fig make a really nice combination when it comes into a jam. So I have added in the ginger, and I'm supposed to bring this to a simmer and let it sort of simmer for about 5 minutes so that the figs release all their juices and become nice and soft and ready for the next step. So there we have the zest of 1 large orange. And now I've got to zest and squeeze 1 lemon as well. And of course my favorite step, sugar. Always important. So you need 400 grams of sugar. So you can see that the figs are breaking down nicely and releasing all their goodness. And I think it's time to start adding the other ingredients. Here's the last little bits. There's the lemon, there's the orange zest going in. And the lemon juice. And finally the sugar. And now we stir it all together and bring it to a boil. So bring that to a boil. Let it all sort of do its magic. Cool it off, and then we will jar it, and it'll be good for 3 to 6 months. And there we have the final product. 5 pots of jam. Wasn't quite enough to fill all 6, but there'll definitely be more. I'm really looking forward to having this on toast. All right, there you go, a little piece with a little bit of bread, a little bit of butter, and some of this delicious jam. Let's give it a try.